sweet that sound. It saved a wreck like me. Oh, 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 hi, 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 hi. Oh, 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 yeah, hi, hi, oh, oh, oh,
only one left now who was selected by high leaders. And when high leaders, high religious leaders, place you in a position, you cannot neglect it. I'm not a medicine man or spiritual leader. I'm just a simple person, common person, carrying this message for my elders who know and versed in things, and to carry it as far as I can. That's what they instructed me to do, because world problem's going to be great. That if I can open a door to United Nations for them, then my work is done, and then somebody might go in there someday, in the old Hopi way. Hopi means peace, kind, gentle. Our mission is to hold this land and life in according to the law of the Great Spirit. We are the original native people holding this land and life in balance through prayer, meditation, ceremony, and taking care of all these animal, birds, and plant life. We live with them. We take whatever with prayer, with the ceremonies, and we protect this. So we are endangered species also, but no one seems to be protecting us. No organization set up to protect the real environmentalists in this country. And right now there's much concern about these burial grounds and bones and being sold, and religious artifacts that are buried in the ground for a special reason, but they're taking it out. That is planted there just like a seed to take care of forces, power underneath. They're helping power underneath to keep this land in balance. So that's why when you dance, many native people don't know why when we dance, you step our feet. When we do that, we let underground forces, spirit people, know that we're still carrying on this ceremony. So prayer, meditation, ceremonies that from Taos, Mexico, on down to Zona and down to here is performing that ceremony for the Great Spirit in following the instructions. I'm trying every way to bring this message to the world for the elders, here Hopi and other pueblos, and to keep this land and life in balance here in Four Corners area at least, because from this point on, they keep this land in balance around the world. I'm sure that you know that you have a mother, and you should respect your mother. And that's why we look at this Mother Earth. It's our mother, living being, and we nurse from her breast, and she gave us everything, and that's why we respect her. We cannot sell our Mother Earth to anybody, because she's our mother, living being. So now we say that this Mother Earth is a living being. If it was dead, nothing will grow on it. But we came from there, everything came from that, and we depend on Mother to feed us, to live a long, good, happy life. And it's a powerful being, living being. And just recently I read in the news article magazine, big headline that today white scientists found out this Mother Earth's a living being. They just discovered that. And here we know that a long time ago. And then we know when you pray, meditate, when you plant something, you pray over it, you fast, you go ceremonies, and you touch the plant and come up like a child and make that grow good. We do that all the time. We did find out too that the white people finally discovered that when you play music for that plant or sing a song or something, pray for that grow real good. And we knew that a long time ago, but again, the white man discovered recently that it helped make things grow. So these are some of the things we found out across country. So many things that I've realized that we need to get together like this. We need to share this thing, not only Native people, but all other culture, religions, and nations coming together, because now the world is in real trouble, which I hope you say it would be. It's going to be great at this time. This is why we are coming together, look, for one another. This land is a spiritual center. No one should take any mineral resources out yet without permission from the elders. But somehow the tribal council, without knowledge from their religious leaders, traditional people, they gave permit to Peabody Coal Company go up in Black Mesa and start strip mining. And they really rip up that area. Our shrines and burial grounds and sacred things are deposited there. And now they're using a lot of water from underground, which in this dry area is depleting our spring mineral resources. Many of the places are drying up, and that also bring down the moisture, lower and lower in the ground, and that moisture is supposed to have some connection with the rain, and it won't rain, and creating more sicknesses, blindness, cancers. All this is developing. There was a reason for the traditionals trying to stop that at the very beginning, back in 1966, but the government and the council don't listen, and they're still digging that coal up. They call this a natural sacrifice area. They don't care what happened to the native people. They want to just get rid of us so they can go after mineral resources, these big companies. And I'm sure that they're the ones all ripping up their forest, rainforest down there. The same thing goes on all over, which I hope you knew will happen, not only here, but around the world. Because many people, big money people, big corporations, even government officials involved, going after more money and power and glory just to have good time. They don't care what happened to the animal, birds, and people, as long as they get money. That is what is happening today. So we just merely take care of it in a way that we're told we're not to disturb things too much. Just get whatever we need from the trees or flowers or fruit or medicine from the hills or fish, animal. Just enough. But the white people, they say someday they're going to come and they're going to just take everything for themselves, seemingly. And as you mentioned about David Mananga, I used to take him around a lot. He's about close to 90 years old man then, passed on. But he always say that, I guess the white people like that. They put that word on the crackerjack. When you pick up crackerjack, there's a word in there, the more you eat, the more you want. Seems like they're like that people. They never stop eating everything up, you know.
My name is Koyaanisqatsi. I'm from Lummi. I'm one of the elders from our longhouse, or Schlangen, our winter dance ceremonies that we perform at our home. I'm also the cultural resource specialist for the Lummi tribe. And we're here meeting with our brothers, the Mayan Lacandones. My brother, Cece Alk.
Yeah.
I'd like to say a few words I can understand in what your elders are talking about. They said our ways was savage. They were cannibals. They were heathens. Because we pray to Mother Earth. Because we go up in the mountain and we fast. The ways of our old people, they said, is no good no more. They want us to walk only in their world. They're cutting down 1,000 acres of our forest a week. Every week they're knocking down 1,000 acres of old growth timber. We've had enough. We want to save what's left here on Mother Earth to save. We're in all new land. We're going to talk to our Creator and ask Him to send down something. Send something down here that's going to make things right with Mother Earth again. We don't have to worry about them blowing up that bomb that's going to destroy Mother Earth. We're going to die in our own waste. It's happening already. The air is no good. The water is no good. The land is used up. Without this precious water, nothing can live. Nothing. And they're destroying it all around us. So I'm thankful that I can be here.
Mi nombre, yo soy Kimbor. Yo vengo de la selva, de Lacandone.
His name is Kimbor, and he comes from the jungle.
They have the same problems that you hear. They have problems with promises from the government that the government never makes a reality. They have no doctors right now. They have diseases that are affecting to different people of their village, and he's very worried about that.
Lacandone are peoples from a very large forest. Theirs is a tropical rainforest. Ours is a temperate rainforest, but it's an ancient cedar forest. Now our people, to us, even though many people know us as salmon people, salmon's everything to us, but the cedar's everything as well. It's our home. It's our sacred drum hoops. It's our sacred rattles. It's our flute. It's our hoops for fish nets. It's our boards. It's our clothing. You name it, we make these things out of the cedar. Inside it, you can reach down inside of the ancient trees and find that it gave its heart up, and from that we get red paint. And so for us, the cedar is very important. And so we have our problems, and we're very sympathetic. When whether it's the Mayan Lacandone of Mexico, or the Makwashia or the Yanomami of Brazil, we've heard their voices, we heard their pleas, and we hear that it's the same thing. It's the same industries. It's the same type of greed that's destroying all of this.
When the other world was totally destroyed by flood, a handful of spiritual people came out and met the Great Spirit here. And he met us here, our ancestors, first one. And he laid down this path for us to follow, spiritual path that he kept this land alive and balanced in that way. So he told us about this and warned us about this. And as long as we follow his instructions, this land and life will go on forever. Then so this symbol represents also the sacred symbol. And we placed on that so for thousands of years or more, Native people alone in this country. But somewhere a white brother separated from us and finally came back again. So he came and he brings some inventions that maybe some of us wanted. But the old people told us not, we can have some of this, but stay down here. But some of us fell for it. We go up and follow white man's path, materialistic path, invention of all things without spiritualness in it. So the second one brings more advancement in scientific things. This was a wagon, this was automobile, and this one represents power up in the sky and nuclear power development. And this represents First, Second World War. Whoever was given special mission to be purified shook us up 2 times because we are letting go of our spiritual ways. So follow materialistic path and disturbing our life and everything. And there are few have left here, so this first one shook us up. That was selected here, 3 of them. Then it stopped for a while, we go on, and then more advancement, scientific things, more TV, radio, all advancement, airplanes and all that stuff. So we all start going that way. And again, second one really shook us up real hard with the power they have built. There many life and property was destroyed here. So they referred to that as one of own people joining them, telling the old people, forget that culture, religion. See, we got all this material advantage. Come on, come this way. So that's what they're going to do up here. And as we go along, there'll be a lot of world problems developing. And then he said, white brother was given a special symbol also. We all received that at the beginning. And they were separated from here, and the white brother went around the world to the other side. And he was given this circle. There's no end to this land in life as long as follow the law of Great Spirit. This circle represents there's no end to that circle. Lakota said, sacred hoop must never be broken. And so we all standing on the spiritual circle. And the white man was given that. He given a religion. And he go away, he's going to invent many things, he's going to record things, and he make life lit, beautiful, clean, and lasting. Then he was to come here to look for his younger brother, who has this Mother Earth color, brown color, to help him with his invention, because we are holding this land in life through spiritual ways. And he was supposed to recognize us, their brothers and sisters. So Native people welcome the white brothers. They give them food and lodging and everything, and let them live in his house and freely. And we did everything to help them survive for the first time they came here. But they bring in instruments of warfare, swords, spears, and other guns and hatchets. And that started chopping down our people. And the Six Nations look at that sword like a symbol of a cross, because when he comes, he's going to bring a symbol of a cross. They're going to have to purify this water, ocean that polluted. They're cursed. That will be their work to continue on. But there'll be few who have really helped us. They will be pulled out the graft, and they will stand by their leader, and they will be respected, honored, because some white people or some nations who help them will be respected. They will be protected also. This is what we call Purification Day, will take place here. Then after that's done, whoever survives will meet the Great Spirit. So this represents male figure, they said. Male seed of every living things on this earth. And this other one symbol represents female, producer of life. That's why they're red when baby born, blood flows. And it represents 4 directions too. It means different things in nature. Same way with this symbol. So we must not mess with this symbol or seed of ever living things. But it happened in the last world. People went crazy, called it Koyaanisqatsi. Everything went haywire. Everybody don't care. They dance and gamble, and they just use the power against each other. They just have a good time. No one stopped them. And so then at the last stages, they started taking all the male and female, seed of female and male together and mixing them up and making better flowers, apples, pears, and pretty soon they're going to make babies like that. And they're doing that now, test tube thing. That means that we're getting close to last stages. They shouldn't do that. They said they can succeed in making babies, but those babies, when they grow up, they're going to be hard to handle. They're going to be terrible. They're just going to do anything that is not right if we can handle them. So don't go that far or stop that somewhere. Then if you have power to get to the moon, don't go up there. If some of you ever get to that moon, don't bring anything down from that moon to earth, because you already unbalanced so much nature here. If you bring something from, an even small thing from the moon to earth, you will have more tidal wave, more earthquake, more mountain blowing their tops, that's volcanic eruption, more sicknesses you can't cure for a long time, and droughts, very strong wind, and severe winters. All these things we're told that will happen if we do that kind of thing. That junior black and children said white people want to go up to heaven all the time, and then they go up there real fast. But there's no place for the human being to be up there. It's out here. We messed this up. We better start cleaning up our mess. This is time for that now. So I think there are a lot of things to do. That took 4 days to explain this, but I can't explain this. This represents this Four Corners area, and it also represents one side of the world, this side and the other side. So this is where we went all four directions to the edges of land, and there are spiritual centers yet we need to develop in different areas so that Native people have spirituals gathered there, and other nations will have to join us to survive. This is the basis of our spiritual foundation that we need to bring about. And so we are facing many problems, and it really amazes me, and it makes me encouraged too that many people are now coming together. Some of you are looking for this thing. Maybe it's out of your group and other group who hear this. Somebody hears this about this problem in the future, that we should bring together peaceful people together with kindness, with true love, instead of using this to fight for our rights, but use this simple peace sign, which is always used by Hopi and other Native people across the country. If they don't know each other, they just come and put up their hand. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see you coming by, and I'll see you again. They don't have to say anything, but that's a peace sign. And that's all the healing poem too, from out of you. If you put your mind and spirit and faith into it, you can help somebody with the palm of your hand. So these are some of the things that I hope you know, and I hope that will be brought about so that we can really heal ourselves first and heal Mother Earth.